Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Hope everything is working. Looks to be good. Welcome along. This will be our last Wednesday stream for the year. It's kind of crept up on me pretty quickly this week. Kind of December's crept up on everyone pretty quickly, as far as I'm concerned. It seems to have raced around, but here we are. Last Wednesday one for the stream for the week. Last Wednesday for the year. So hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying it, winding down before some time off, before Christmas and all that sort of thing. It'll be Christmas Eve this time next week. Yeah, it will be. Wednesday night will be Christmas Eve, so there you go. It's going to creep up, come around incredibly quick. Not even creep up, it's just going to come around really quick. So we have got a little bit of festive cheer going on with the snow down the bottom. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Have a look at that. I've been playing around because we're going to do a stream on Saturday morning, which will be our last one for the year. But going full on Christmas. We've got Christmas lights, got the snow. We've even got a little bit of a challenge wheel that we'll bring up. But that's all going to be happening on the weekend. So good to have you involved with that. Although I did just notice something. My game's the wrong size in that one. So I better fix that before the weekend. But yeah, we're back here on Nulla Creek tonight. Now, at the end of last week's stream, basically I logged off and everything crashed. And since then, we restarted the server and basically half the cotton was still unharvested. Let's get this in here. So half the cotton was still unharvested and I don't know, a third of the canola was still to be done, and that was obviously when the last autosave had happened. So during the week, I've come in and finished the cotton. I've just finished off doing the canola, so that's all ready to go. But what's happened is because we restarted things, time's kicked on. So this field had been planted or started to be planted, and it's now not. And field 19, which is what we're standing in front of, the lentils, is ready to go. And it also means the grass over here is ready to be collected on these fields, but this field's ready to be mowed. So kind of put us out of whack a little bit, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So let's carry on and get things done. So my first job I was thinking of doing, well, someone needs to do, I don't know whether it's me or someone else, is get the rest of the cotton bales picked up. Now, I have got this all ready to start harvesting. I've got the combine in there, grain cart, everything's over here ready to go. But I was actually thinking we should probably focus on getting these fields replanted before we focus on getting that one harvested. So there's not too much to do. The cotton one does need to be mulched. So I might do that first. I might grab the mulcher out and run around 17. 18 should be able to be planted directly, and 17 we can follow on once it's mulched. So I don't know what crops we want to put on. Maybe some cotton into 18. 17 could be something else. So that was the plan. So we'll go and find a tractor and we'll go find a mulcher and get into it. In fact, the green Steiger's around. Might use that just for something a bit different. But anyhow, that's the plan. We'll see how we go. G'day Garrick, good to see you. Hello Craig, good evening to you mate. Welcome along. Dozer, nice to see you. Good to have you here. Pity, g'day, nice to see you as well. Thanks for logging into the server. Actually, I was just thinking the other thing. So all the cotton bales must be out in the field still, because the storage shed that had been put down here is now no longer there. So we have to replace that. I was kind of mindful actually of where we put that, because that was actually going to be a good spot for a big silo if we ever go and upgrade our silo. So I might actually put it in there instead. Let's have a look. In fact, we could. Yeah. Let's have a look. Well, we do have anywhere object storage in here. Maybe I could get the big one of those. Could move something out of here and actually use some of the shed ones away here. Get it in. Could put it there, but it's going to come out the front. How many does that hold? 500. Small one in the corner. Be a better option. Let's do that. Let's put that in there. So if we put free mode on, put that down in there. And all we need to do now is jog on over. Come over here somewhere. Bring my menu up, hide markers. That's all going to disappear. I'm hearing this out of the way. And we can use this for Destroying cotton in the end of. Oops. And our cotton spike wasn't attached. Get that attached back on too. Right, there we go. G'day Hyper, evening to you my friend, welcome along to... Now can I hook up to this roller with the wheel loader just to pull it out of the way or not? Can. Yep. Moved. Just in time, we'll see whoever that is. That is Pitty's driving the case. See if we can get that unloaded in there. Now don't go too far back. But Pitty, or it'll what's the trigger? Who about there? Now again, server issues, sync issues, those kind of things. It's working out too well. Those unloading. See, they're all facing the wrong direction. They've all got twisted. It is a mess. It is a mess. G'day Mrs. Prof. Good to see you. Welcome along. Hope you are well. It must be getting on pretty late for you. Thank you very much for staying up. Okay. See who's who. Oh. You've given up. Left it for me to unload. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Now, what I might do to make it a bit easier for me. Go and turn on zone though. That should show me. Not registering the bales on the trailer. It says there's 5. Showing up for me. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right. That button. Jump out. And we'll leave that. Leave that for Pitty to carry on with. Now, where is our nice green Steiger? Nope. Hiding somewhere. In the shed. Either in the shed or it's over at the other farm. Be annoying. Hey Ryan, he's 6 live streams behind and you're trying to catch up. I think door opening somewhere. Don't like this shed. Always get confused. Oh. Door actually open. Door triggers are really annoying to locate, so that one's going that way. Steiger in there? Steiger, really? See what I mean? Okay, let's try and figure out where it should be if we go backwards. Ah, there it is. Ah, it was over on this planter. Okay. Let's steal that for now. And we'll go and do some mulching because I want to be able to build some more of the combine. Carry on doing that. That is our field. Run down this way. Get into it. Giants have given up on English language community management. Well, by having a native English speaking person, they have. And obviously, Benny will still have that role as community manager, and you know, he, to his credit, speaks very good English. So, and he's seemed pretty accessible so far, but obviously, I mean, from a personal level, I'm incredibly disappointed to see Kermit leave. He's not like he's died or anything. He's a hell of a good guy, and has just been an absolute blast to work with, to get to know on both a personal level and a professional level. He was just really good at everything he did, and was great for the company, which it is a bit of a shame, because I think he brought a different perspective on things to what the Europeans might have, which I thought was quite refreshing. He made things happen, got things done. But I guess times are changing, things shift, things happen. People need to make some business decisions which people might not always agree with. And without knowing any of the backstory and the rationale behind it, it's a bit hard to comment on it too much more. Evening, Chinook, how are you? See, mate. My controller, I thought I'd managed to fix my controller from doing this random steer all the time, but it seems to have come back with a vengeance lately. It's been annoying. Been very annoying. Alright, let's have a look here. So this is our mulcher. I need to check if it's still configured for mulching, because I know we can reconfigure it between mulching and cultivating, so. Okay. Let's have a look. Figure this out. How is manufacturing super? Doesn't actually say how it's configured. We'll take it over to the. Oh goodness, knocked my Lego over. We'll take it over to the service trailer. See if we can have a play around with it, just in case. G'day Enix Modding. How you doing? Good to see you. Good evening, Share, or good morning, as the case may be. Should be able to come up here. What's that button? I'm going to service out. About in it. There. Which press? No, not that button. That was manufacturing. Which one do I need to press now? R. R for workshop options. So we'll go into there. While we're at it. Customize, and its function was tillage, so we need to change that back to mulcher. Customize. And the reason it was set to tillage is because we did have some issues with the big air seeder not planting after we'd used the mulcher. So we might have to run over this field twice, but we'll see what happens. Go and get into it, and then we can start building some more combine. There'll be a package on its way to you today. Sorry, I won't get there for Christmas. No worries, Cher. Appreciate you thinking of us. Right. So we'll set this up. Get into some mulching. Get into some. There you go. Let me have the tracking. Yes, sounds good. Yeah. You? Very, very kind of you. Right. Back ourselves into the corner. Now, if I press this button and bring up our steering assist, far enough in the field, it's going to detect it. Yeah. Put it on 2 headlands. What I might do is I'm going to leave it on 1. See if I can get away with 1. We have to run a second one later. We'll do that. That down there. Cruise control. Turn on the guidance. And we'll crack into it. Here we go. This is going to go a bit faster than the actual cotton did in the first instance. Let's just have a double check and make sure. Mulching behind us. It is. Beautiful. So what happens is when it mulches, we don't end up with any seed bed, stubble, cultivated, ploughed seed. It doesn't have anything. I think some of the mulches do. See how this field here is what's already been planted. What's that for efficiency? But it's showing as harvested. I don't know if that's a global thing, whether it's a map thing. Here we go. It's already into putting some cotton in there. Beautiful. The other thing I did, and you'll see there as we pause, is I changed our autosaves down to 20 minutes, so we didn't run into the same drum as we did last time. Cheers everyone. Last Whiskey Wednesday for the year. Doing an Adderall. Favourite Scottish. Right, and this is going to be our next problem. I hadn't thought about the fact that there was a whole heap of cotton bales all around the place. We're going to have to rate pity on his bale clearing and see how well he can get it in front of us. Ah, no! Oops. Bit of lag there. See if we can just knock this one out of the way. Yeah, we'll be right. That little tap. So I don't know how many more bales there are out here that we're going to have run into problems with, but figure that out as we go. We'll see. Beautiful. Right, I'm just playing around with my screens because YouTube's changed its way it presents information to you when you're streaming, and I'm kind of trying to figure out the best way to do it now. That over that one. It doesn't seem that. Figure out the best way to do it. That's alright. I could just use my tablet for chat, might be the better option in the future. Anyhow. Finding able to catch one of your streams, you're usually asleep. Oh, I'm pleased you're able to catch it. What time is it for you? You next? On. Alright, there we go. We'll get around the headlands. That'll give us a good suss on where all the bales are. So looking across the field, they might be all at this end, rather than down the other end, and we can work our way back across the field on the headlands. Here we go. Back up. You identify as a stormtrooper and your pronouns are pew pew. Very nice. I like that. My boys have decided they've rewatched some of the Star Wars movies over the weekend. We watched most of Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. This combine's getting massive. Takes up too much space. What do I think of the Highland cows? I quite like them. I thought they looked quite neat. I haven't really done too much with them so far. But yeah, nice to have them on our CLAAS series with FSG. We'll see how we go. Get on with those. There's a few bales over here. I think this will be the edge that the guidance is set up on. This is the long edge. See how that goes. It's 8 in the morning. Usually wake up at 7, but started work on the overview mod again, so that's your day today. Ah, right. Nice. I've only just literally started streaming, so not too much on the server, to be perfectly honest. Can't wait for the new Ray movies. Yeah, I've really enjoyed a lot of the sort of spin-off ones, so looking forward to seeing that as well. James, how you doing, mate? The new maps don't let me save on all of them on PlayStation 5. I notified Giants, but they don't answer when I told them about the problem. Which new maps are these, James? Is it one in particular, or all of them, or is there a mod you're using which is that you're using across all of them that could be causing the problem, rather than that being the maps? Just trying to troubleshoot and figure out what you've done as a troubleshoot. Trying to figure out if there's a common issue. So I think there'll be, if there's any game-changing issues, they'll be attending to those. You can rest assured about that. But if there was something specific, I could relay back to them through my cultivator chat or partner chat. You know, have to watch the three. Always the three original movies are the best. Although the latest three, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, they were right up there for me. Definitely good movies. I like them all. What's happening on any new map? When you say new, are you talking about the Mod Hub maps? Maps have been released on Mod Hub lately. Big question is you haven't run out of memory space. As I can't remember now from my time playing with PlayStation. It would have been on FS 19 as well. If you have you've used all your mod slots up, does that affect your save slots? I can't remember now. Right, there we go. There's our cotton planting. Running the old Steiger there. Old Steiger pulling that massive 90-foot custom modding cedar planter. A beast of a planter, that is. Very impressive bit of kit. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie since Empire, in your opinion. Rogue One was good. Rogue One is definitely up there. As a standalone, it was good too, right? Like it's adding lore to the Star Wars, and that's what I've loved about all the separate ones, like Solo. You know, they've all added lore to the story. Now I'm guessing City, where he's heading, he's done a lot of this section, so let's see if we can find a row to here. Okay, so he's off that way. Right, let's drop that down. Set up our cruise control. Here we go. Right, now let's have a look what happens if I press that button. Kinda working on the right real estate. Monitor, keyboard still there, doesn't matter. So there is the beast that is the progress on the Lego. It is getting big. It's getting big and it's taking up a lot of space on my desk as we're trying to do things. So we're working on the back of it today, I think. So a lot of this section. So we'll keep it back around that way. Hopefully we can work out where things go, but as you can see, first things first, I'm putting some pieces on the back. And then I've got lots of green, so I think we might be making either the top or possibly the back sides of it. But that I need to figure out. Solo wasn't too bad. I'd still rate Solo better than like the Clone Wars and some of those prequel ones. Again, I liked the introduction of some of the lore around Solo's background and the story, where he came from. But I know what you mean. It was a little bit of a stretch. Now this looks like it goes on. Yeah, like so. So now the guy, it's been interesting. The guy who designed this model here at Tracks, I follow him on Facebook, and he's been sharing images of a Massey 9 series he's been making. It's kind of interesting. I'm intrigued to see how that comes out, and whether it is a set that ends up somewhere or not. Your mate's not had any issues on PS5. Yeah, I'm sure if there was like widespread issues, we'd hear like some Mr. CLP, and that would be very vocal about it. We'd hear about it in no time. Get an Aussie logo on it. I don't have time to do half the stuff I like doing. And adding logos to tractors, but I mean, it would be nice. Oh, what's happened to my camera? I've gone blurry. Children yelling. Right. Excuse me. I'll be back in a school holidays, how I love the, like, a hot needle in the eye. Alright. Hope you like the, I'm sure it's Lego. It's Lego share, I will be happy. Good day to you, Bovine. Good evening, mate. Welcome. Hello, Corpner. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you as well. My camera come back into focus. It's really high. My mic's not out of the way. Let's see a little bit better. There we go. That might work. That might work. Does look like I'm going to need to do another headland pass when I just see what we did turning on this end before. It's okay. Only be across both ends. Was it something you said? Boo! Boo, Bo, boo! Oh, it wasn't what you said, it was what my children were saying. She needed a swift adult intervention. You need boats to get around, you've had so much rain. Is that right? I was actually pleased to see rain today. We've had a bit of a stormy day, a bit of thunder and heavy showers around about, but hail, only a little bit. Nice to see the rain. It's been a bit dry. We're actually in a fire ban now. So no casually burning rubbish or whatever you might want to burn. Big no-nos. So the plan is If we mulch this field, then we might go and grab... In fact, I should have brought the air seeder back over. To figure out what we're going to plant. And any suggestions on what to plant in this field? We've got cotton going in next door. We're going to keep having cotton because we've got the cotton harvesters, but we're kind of flexible on other crops. I don't know whether we cycle in a barley, maybe a barley? Should also have to have a look at our calendar and see. We must be getting close to being at a good time to sell some things soon. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to lift this because I don't want to mulch through where pipe is already planted. Beauty of planting, not barley, because we have to use the air seeder, which means we have to run over this field again with this as a cultivator. Maybe we double down on cotton. Full on cotton. No circles in the fields, no circles, nope. Keeping clear of those. Thank you, Floyd. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I'm sure you've finished school now too, so hope you had a good last few days. Oh, look, we get to put a fancy CLAAS, fancy branded CLAAS sticker on soon. Well, not sticker even, it's a printed piece, which is even neater. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? Oh, and then goes and mounts on. It's on there like so. Yeah, that makes sense. Squeezes in nice and tight. Assuming that's going to go on the back of there somewhere. We'll get to that. Some green pieces. You got some time off over the holidays, Bo? Time off work? Are you having to work through selling things? In fact, what we can do, pity, if you want to, when you're done with collecting all of those, you can go and grab the air seeder with the 9RX and bring it over here. And we've got that to run it. You could start seeing if we could seed with it. Get some barley in. I don't know if it's going to work. We had that issue last time. Oh, should be good on headlets now. Nice, thank you. Thank you. So supply and deliver contract for 30,000 litres of lentils available for nearly 75 grand. Looks like it's 15 grand more than max price. Ooh, we might as well. How long's that got on it? As we have a field full of lentils. Supply lentils. 31 hours. Only 30,000 litres, so it's only two combine hoppers. So we might as well chop that up and get that done. That's a good idea. Good spotting. Never liked hauling cotton bales, they were full of ants and you had to tarp them. Nasty. Nasty. 2 weeks from Friday, Bo. Nice. Sounds good. Are you getting away at all? Or are you just hanging around? Hey, kia ora, Dr. Fish. How we doing? You sure? Right. She's done a good job on this headland end, haven't I? It's the other end where it's a little bit uneven that I might have to tidy a little bit up. Might only be that one spot. Right, up to here. We've got another little fancy piece with a little doohickey on it. There it is. Doohickey. Well, this tractor on the website looks good. It is a nice tractor. Yeah, the ones I've added, it's nice to get the 9RX and the green Steiger at the same time. It's quite a cool addition. That. Hey, I never did that part of this one. Like me to skip tasks. A staycation. Gotta say, I am a fan of those as well, Bo. Enjoy it. There we go, that's that one done. And now it looks like we make the same for the other side. How's your week been, Dr. Fish? Mrs. Ugsy's a very active relaxer, so she likes being out doing things. It's kind of the opposite to me. Quite happily have 2 weeks at home doing nothing. Goes crazy. Alright. Kind of get into the swing of things. Once you've done one of these, it becomes quite easy to do the second one. True, you have been away your fair share of the year. Why would you want to go anywhere if you didn't have to? Too much last minute panic from work colleagues somehow becomes your problem. Gotta love Christmas, right? Oh, I've got that round the wrong way. Hold on. That's right. It's an easy fix. There we go. More off the back. Pieces to go in there to fill it in. Tahi and Rua. 1, 2. Quite like this. Like the way this is all going together. I've got that in the wrong spot. Okay. I think that's all the pieces I need for this. Of course, the other thing to think about with mulching is it doesn't matter if we miss a little bit. It will just mean we won't get the yield bonus on that bit. But so like that little bit I've just managed to miss there won't actually hurt. Won't hurt too much. Alright, there we go. Well, welcome along everyone. Nice to have you here. What is our last Wednesday stream for the year? Crazy saying that. And we will have our last stream for the year, full stop, on Saturday morning. There's a little bit of a special stream, bonus stream, shall we say? Which is going to be on a multiplayer server on Renaboo, and we're just going to see how much silage we can harvest. I'm going to set up a 16 player server. I've got all the equipment all sorted out. It's going to be crossplay, so if you're on console and you're able to join, that'd be great too. So of course, as well as that, it means there's very few mods to have to download. So it's very much a more the merrier. Everyone's welcome. Come along, have some fun, join in, and look at our combine's back end. Here we go. Pretty cool. Rear end of a Claas Dominator 370. Beautiful. Got my jandals and chili bin packed and ready to go for the Christmas trip. Not yet. Not packed yet. So I don't know if we'll take the chili or the esky. Got my thongs and my esky, you mean, Hyper? Alright, some more of these funky green pieces. Yeah. Typical. Typical in the wrong one. It was a bit easier to push through than those grey ones were on the other pieces though last time. Much simpler. Through the middle of there. One on one side and one on the other. 10 of these. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just in time. So, Putty's here, and let's just double check. Yeah, it's seeding this time around. So maybe it was a server issue last time. That's good to know. It's good to know it's all seeding. It's moving because I might stick over here. Bump that. We go. Must have just been an issue. Well, that's good. We don't need to oops, keep that lowered down. Don't need to go through this twice. But happy days. Hey Rowdy, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Can't help on the farm today, just got home from a few nights. Well, hey, no dramas, mate. No worries whatsoever. Just nice to see you in chat. Thanks for taking some time out to stop in and say hello. Will the code be on Discord? It certainly will, share. I'll I can DM it to you a little bit earlier anyhow, just so you can make sure you can get on. But jump in, because I've created an event on my Discord server. If you're keen to be there, it's going to be on a first in first served basis. But if there's people, I might encourage people to maybe join for an hour and then drop out, and let some others have a turn, have the opportunity. So let's try and make it a bit of fun. I've set a few different challenges based on gifting and super chats and things like that. So want to make me do something a little bit silly. Get into it. Oh, this has been seeded. Be careful on the headlands now. Can't just run around. Although I don't think mulching over seeded crops should be a problem, should it? Oh no, it hasn't yet. It's not up to here. All the same, I need to be careful. Yep, and Chair Sooty. I had seen you on there. I knew exactly who you were. All right. Now let's go. Do my level-headed best to figure it out. That way. This one is the reverse on the other end. Farmer Hamish, good morning to you, mate. Good to see you. How's tricks? It has been a while since we've had a proper chat. You doing alright, fella? Lined up straight. Go. There's a funny one. See, with those ones that have the cross axle versus the round axle, I would have put the cross axle into this piece, or I would have actually put, would have put the cross axle and then clipped it in the opposite ways. Seems to me like that would have been the easier way to tackle it, but what would I know? So, a couple more passes, so we should be good to get this side finished for Pity to carry on seeding. And we can probably then, looks like we're going with his planting. This one field stops being white, the other becomes white. Does cotton need rolling? I don't think it does it? Only be this field which is rolling. Yeah, perfect. So we can actually jump in and start harvesting the lentils. Once I'm done here, jump in and do the lentils. Works best. Just on the train heading homeward for Christmas. Thought I'd drop in as finally able to catch a stream. What about yourself? Ready for the holidays? Nice one, mate. Yeah, I'm well ready for a holiday. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I'll be around on Discord and things like that, but it's basically you won't see me on, you won't see anything from me for the next 2 or 3 weeks, unless it's I kind of want to document a little bit of our holiday. I kind of have a plan of trying to do a video, like a little 30-second, 50-second little sort of reel type video every day what we're doing. There's travelling, relaxing at the beach, down at the lake, mountain biking, all those kind of things. So that'll be kind of cool to do. Just a bit of a memento for the holiday. Keep an eye out for that. And that goes all the way through there. And it's funky black piece. Come in here. Oh, now I am actually going over the bit he's already done. Now that is going to test. It doesn't look like I've done any damage. Good. Let us double check that though. No, we're still seeing needing rolling growth. Let's double check it's green. Oh no. Okay. My bad. Mulching does rip up what's been planted. Sorry, pity. Just make a mental note to correct my mistake there next time around. If you don't mind. It's going to make it interesting doing the other part. Right. I'll tackle. I know what I'll do on that other part. Down the bottom, I will run a second headland along there. Just in fact, I might even put it on 3 headlands and just go back and forth on that a couple of times to give myself a bit of space. Probably the best way to do it. It's how long since you were back up in Scotland, Hamish? It's been a wee while, has it? I'm getting through these this part of the build thick and fast. Previously I was I think we up to C 150s when we need to change into the next set of instructions. What's going on? Not too far away from that. Yeah, okay, that's all rotating and doing what I'm guessing it's meant to do. That's good. So that's done, we're on to here. Okay. Pass. On this side at least. You have a job. Right, numero 9. Plus one of these little funky things, and then there's another gear. More gear. One, 2 of those. Makes sense. Farmer Sim, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome along. Hope you're well, mate. Must be, I'm guessing when that piece goes in, that all turns all of those. Turn that, that turns here on the bottom and turns that. But at the moment it's all quite flexible, shall we say. That is until the next piece, which is going to tighten it all up. Coming to terms with being upright. It's better than, well, it's better than the alternative in the long term. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to some earlier nights and later mornings come holidays. Oh, I keep doing it to myself. Right. Without wrecking all that Pity's hard work, let's see if we can get this a little bit here. Oh, we're on a save. This is a terrible time to be trying to do something that requires some precision. But that is precisely what we've done. Nailed it. Right. not doing too bad. Last proper day at work tomorrow. Last day with all the staff. They're all finished tomorrow afternoon. And, having a drink and a pizza at the end of the day with them. And then I'll probably have a few little admin things to tidy up on Friday. But other than that, we'll be shut up shop for a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to a break. Feels long overdue. I don't know why. This does. Let's go 3. Let's change in this. Come to 3. Come on. Okay. It should now give me a row heading. Okay. Which means I'm less likely to go over all of Pity's hard work. I've done already. Cool. Can I be cheeky and ask for a donation to the Stroke Association or postage? Of course you can be cheeky, share. I'm more than happy to do that. Drop me a message. Oops. Drop me a message and I'll see what I can do. That's right. Two of these ones up that way. This is tightening all of this piece. I was just saying it was flimsy. It's all becoming a lot more locked in. We're going nowhere now. All still turns. Beautiful. Grey piece. 2 little black pieces. On my hands over here, I'll grab that because we need it next. Didn't need a break because I didn't go to Europe this year. I mean, it's true. I did get a week and a half in Australia. Twice. So I can't complain too much. I'll be seen to be being greedy if I do. Quickly, hands. How you been, Jason? You alright, mate? It's alright. We're just about there. Right. 4 of those bits. Tahi, Rua, Toru. And Fa. Here's your Toreo lesson, Māori lesson. Tahi, Rua, Toru, Fa, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you're singing at Christmas and you've got to lead off the song, Christmas carols, that's how you can start them off. And impress your family. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, you can go Tahi Rua Toru Fa. 52 weeks in Australia. I'll tell you what, I'd need a break if I had 52 weeks in Australia too, Garrick. no disrespect. Save your battery, best be off, take it easy. Happy holidays when it comes. Same to you, mate. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, saying hello, safe travels, and I hope you enjoy your time home with your family. Alright. It's been more than 2 days off you've taken since June. And no substitute for manual labour, physical labour versus a desk job. So they each have their own challenges. Sounds like it's going to be bad for your health going to llama, by the way, Farmer Sim. bit happening on the national stage, but home is pretty quiet. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. I don't know, for some of you who might have recalled TJM, who has frequented our servers, been a member of the community for quite some time. He's been sharing some quite devastating, would probably be the best way to describe it, photos from home. I've had a fire rip through their part of Western Australia, and looks like it's taken out quite a bit of their pretty much ready to be harvested crop. Only days after they got new to them combine. So pretty devastating for them. So if you get a chance to comment on one of his Instagram posts, not his Instagram posts, one of his posts in Discord. He's also got a YouTube channel. I'm sure hopping in and wishing all the best. Appreciate it. Same before, not that we get fires on the level that Australia do, but we're in a bit of a fire ban at the moment now too. In our neck of the woods, much to Mrs. Argsy discuss, because she had a whole lot of branches she wanted to incinerate, especially after Christmas. Yeah, yep. You'll just have recovered from all the Christmas pudding, and then like Cheryl. Make sure you don't forget. This goes up. Somehow. Right, there we go. That looks like job done. Ignore those couple of bits there, so I will make a mess. So we'll get this folded up, and we're going to roll over and jump into the combine. Is Hyper here to drop off briefly? So I finished. Oh no, he must. Ah, he started the harvesting. Couldn't be bothered doing the planting. Decided the harvesting was more important. Finally got your second 40-degree day for the season tomorrow. Christmas is coming. Imagine that, Europeans, judging Christmas on its way when you hit 40 degrees Celsius. Gotta keep farmers fed. Oh, good man. Thank you. Muchas gracias. I'll tell you what it does mean. You keep doing that, I'll jump in and carry on planting some cotton. Because we can be dynamic like that. Had you fertilised what you've been doing? Let's have a look. No, you didn't. Actually, can't tell. No, okay. Easy, carry on without any fertiliser. Right. Sometimes have this mental block. Yeah, that's alright, mate. No need to apologise. Don't mind jumping in and doing something different anyhow. Much so. Well, I was going to say let's do it from in here, but no, we'll stay outside on this one. Alright. Welcome along, everyone. If you're just tuning in, appreciate you being here. Six. One of those. And two of those. We've had 2 weeks of really good weather, Jason, and it's just finally sort of broken in the last day. It was actually mid to low teens, mid-teens yesterday. It was actually cool. It wasn't cold, just cool. I've got those in the wrong spot again. Quick. Turn this beast around. was saying on the weekend as well, I think we were talking about the Gauge Kentucky server, so we've got one of those set up if you're looking for some big American farming to do. It's kind of cool, especially with that row crop system from Thunder. So I haven't actually even looked at what's been set up on it. All I know is I need to finalise the challenge, which is going to be, I think, have a farm of 10,000 acres. I think that's going to be a pretty decent challenge to run on that map. I did some very quick maths, and I think is I think 1,000 acres is about the equivalent of earning $5 million. So I thought instead of having let's set a money target, set a land target, so we don't just sit with money in our bank account doing nothing. Right, that must be upside down now, and the gear goes through that. Whole harvest seemed cooler than normal, but it's changing now. I've actually been following, is it Bingham Agriculture? That's one of your big contractors over there, eh? I'm following their Facebook page and some of their images, and seem to do a pretty good job on the socials. Seeing what's going on, where they're at, what they're up to. Alright, it's becoming a nice tight platform. Last thing you need right now is more food. So what's your combine up to? Only 7,500 litres. Are you halfway around? Chunk. So obviously the lentils don't yield quite as high as some other crops. Makes sense. It's actually quite a nice looking crop when you go look at it. It's very short. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool to see. Right. So done that yet? That is one of these. Just to click into. Oh, no. 2 bits I haven't done. That bit goes in there. Oh, 2 of them. Right. That makes a bit of sense. This has 5 of these. Oh, this is the feeder house. This might be a feeder house. That's why it's got these gears in here. I was thinking this was something to do with the back, because we were working on the back before. Issue with the red tape mod and the lime spreading, couldn't turn when the spreader was on, but it all looks set up now, ready for CLAAS. Yeah, I saw that red tape mod had come off. Interesting, that's what was causing the issue. It makes so much sense for what we're building. So this is, if I turn that, that's not going to turn. Interesting. That turns all of that, but it doesn't turn that yet. So I wonder what turns this when time comes. Because definitely where that gear is, there's nothing driving it except for these. So I'm sure it'll all come together. Ah, yeah, down here. Can't see. I'll show you in a sec. Couple of gears on the outside of the housing. Side. Okay. Let's not get this in the wrong place again. It was one down from the top. There we go. Speaking of Facebook, I think you showed up on your people I know section the other day. They've obviously been spying on your phone contacts. Oh no. Thank you for resisting the urge to add me as a friend. Oh. Don't you love it when you pull the right number out just to start? Not even trying. You'll make room, farmers. She's going to bring a treadmill or an exercycle and you'll sit on that to burn off everything that she feeds you, so she can feed you some more. Click, 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 click. 5 more. All on the side. Where does this one go? 2. If you were on the treadmill, that could work. Exactly. Exactly. And this planter is impressive. Imagine this as a row crop planter. I wonder if it works. Oh, I'm going to have to test that. I'm going to have to load up one of those row crop system maps. It'll depend how custom modding have made it. I hope it does. It'd be fantastic. How good would that look? And he sent you a message. Ah, right. Like gifted memberships, the computer said no. Oh, funny. A bit of a universal joint to go in here. Ooh. 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 Okay, hang on. One of these is meant to have a... Okay. Not once did they say there's one of these with a warning sign on it. Where have I put it? Not there, not there. Oh, 5. Is it a sticker? Must be a sticker. Oh, it is a sticker. Okay. As you were, folks. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. It's winter, you need the extra to keep warm. I don't think you're getting out of it, Farmerson. Waiting for JHHG to release the DB120. That'll be good too, won't it? We're on autosave, so that's not going to lag me forward. That is just an autosave. I'm pleased to see the autosave is working though. Hate to lose the work we did last week. I think that might have put off a few people actually coming back on here and doing anything. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just been that time of the year. Like to think it would. I tried a handful of base game and modded planted seeders with Thunder's RCS and they worked brilliantly. Yeah, I'd like to think it would too. Just I didn't even think about trying it. So yeah, it's impressive though. I know you've been playing around on Gauge a little bit, and I see your new series on there, Amazon. It's just so impressive the way it works. Like I played with the row crop system, or row crop breedy stuff a lot in 22, particularly on No Creek farms, and it was cool. But the second you got anything that was a little bit chunky in its number of rows, it would get really laggy really quick. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this works better. If you can actually, I would have some. I absolutely would. Little known fact, I have an incredibly sweet tooth. Now, it's going to be a problem because this doesn't stick out very far. Did I push it through too far? Probably did. So let's give that a little bit of a tweak back. Just far enough to fit this gear on. That. Like it sticks out. Here. Yep. This one here goes on as well. I might need to give that the table a little bit of a tweak back the other way. Here we go. Now, here we go. Turn the universal at the back, and the gears at the front will turn. And that's our feeder house. So once we get the battery in and the controls all up and going, we can test all that out. Now I did actually charge the batteries up the other day because I wanted to see that everything worked before I got too much further into it. Positive is that all the batteries are charging, which is what the problem I didn't have on the last one, the CLAAS telehandler. Right, 8 more on the other side. Ah, actually this is, then I go the other side and that's flush, so it is meant to be sticking out a bit on that side, like that. Come to llama. Long way to go, shit. A long way to go. Wanted to use some of the previous row crop stuff, but the performance demand was a little too much. Yeah. Yep. Definitely significantly improved on what there was last time. Because I reckon Thunder's one of the most underrated modders in FarmSim in terms of what he can create, what he's managed to come up with. Like, the guy is a wizard. He's a wizard, Harry. Alright, we're done. Not done the combine. We are done seeding this field. So just pop there. It's just there's a big beast of a thing out of the way. Let's screen for a little bit. Right. So let's just look here. Growth. It should be all green in here now. Happy days. Happy days. So turn it off. Hold it up. back over to the yard. We'll go over and give Hyper a hand with the lentils. Worth it for the cake. Oh, that's not liking me driving while it's folding. I don't know if you can see, but we've had a little bit of a whoopsie with the wing. It'll buff out though, I think. See if we can fix that. I don't know if you can tell, but I think a bit of it became separated. Alright, let's not drive while we're trying to fold it. That might have been where our problems arose. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's get that back up. Let's give this another go. We'll just hands off. Hands off. Quietly keep doing some Lego. I promise I won't put any pieces on until it's done. Huh. Still not fixed it. Right, let's try some magic and see if we can fix it there. Teleport forward a little bit. Should reset it. Here we go. Still not perfect. Oh, it's still folding, that's why I jumped the gun a little bit. Teleported it while it was still folding. It isn't actually folded right. It comes... Oh well, that's right. A lot of effort's gone into those animations, eh? Them all working properly. What? Like I hit something. That's a bit funky. Something's not folded properly with the collisions. No? It's weird. Let's try this again. I don't know what's going on. One of those things. You should have seen that auger when I loaded in yesterday. It was all sorts of messed up. Oh, now I'm going to get stuck on here. Ah! Yeah, it's still not a happy planter, is it? Still planted, that's the main thing. Done its job. Yeah, see, there's something going on with collisions. Like this now won't let me back in there any further. Alright, something's got a little bit out of sync. Might just unfold that again. Sitting here in the yard, see if that'll fix it. Okay, let's put it on over here. We don't actually have a tractor on the grain cart anymore, so got this piece to work. Almost got too many tractors now since we added the 9RX and the Steiger into the fold. Nice to have a variety. Nice to have a choice. And because the lentils don't actually yield that quick, we run both combines. And, oops, get things done a little bit quicker. Never enough tractors. Exactly. Okay. Right, the Kuiper's going to unload there, and he's going straight into the truck. Yes, straight into the truck. Okay. Oh, we'll jump up into here, and once we can, we'll go and make a start on some combining. And do you know what I have done? I've completely forgotten. It's a beautiful glass of gold. Oh. Honey for the soul, that is. Alright, looks like we're done in 2 headlands. I'm assuming you're set to automatic. Let's have a look. $9,000 more litres, gotcha. Not a great deal, Jason. I had a disagreement with a case planter that didn't want to fold up. You'll probably say that's the brand rather than me, right? I think it's the server. Honey with an aftertaste of combine dust. Right, let's see, are we going to hop the same route? Looks like we're good to go. Golden. Happy days. So, I think this might be a deal where we can do a little bit of in-cab. And make our way back over here. Of course, the 10T, no steering wheel. It's all joystick controlled. Linear to see at the front. Right, so I was looking over here. Okay, splinters around here just steers. And where do those two go? Yeah. Now, get this right. There's 1, 2. I like the way they do this little diagram which shows you which bits hook up to where. Make sure you get them in the right spot. Here we go, that's that done. Now some for the top, smooth everything off. we put it on. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Holy moly, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to decorate the other side, but it looks like we do that next. And that's it for this bag, which is interesting because we'll have to see. I figure out whether we carry on. Could, because we have to do that bit next. And we're dressing the back. Ooh. Progress. Progress. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. So, first things first, I need to thread this universal in. Once again, I pity guys with big hands who are trying to build some of these Lego kits. Alright, and this should squeeze in there like that. Likewise on the other side. Blind, but I think we've got it in the right spot. Okay, let's turn around and we'll pick that up and show you what it looks like. This is a nice looking crop actually. There's lentils in here in terms of the visuals for it. Quite like it. There we go. Good to see you, Farmersim. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Appreciate you saying hello. Have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week, and if I don't get the chance to catch you before Christmas, have a good Christmas. Have a good Christmas break. Enjoy your time with friends, family, whatever it is you are doing. And appreciate all your support and friendship over the year, mate. It's been great. So unfortunately we haven't had the chance to cross paths, but I'm sure that time will come. Right, so I have a look at this now. So, oops, my finger in somewhere I don't want to. But there you go. So we've got that all hooked up. Now next is to get these two bits put back up under here. And then this goes on over top and must hold it in place by the looks of things. So first things first, I'll make sure those are wound almost as tight as they can. Nice and level, there we go. Back. So alright, I've got to extend them to get them through the hole it wants to go through, by the looks of things. It's funny because it would line up. Get it to line up with those ones, but not that one, have I? I haven't got anything in the wrong spot. Need to go through. Oh, there. Right, so I guess I have to unwind those to get them to the right position. Hopefully that's not going to have an impact in the future. It's too far. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing. Won them quite as far as I thought, I don't think. Alright, there we go. Didn't have to unwind it too far at all. That goes on there, and then this clips on over top. So, got it all in the right spot. Oh, that is all now linked up. And if I turn this right upside down, that was what I was just playing around with in there. So when this gear here turns, it unwinds these, and that will raise and lower the header. We're obviously in a lowered position at the moment, so if they both unwind the same direction, then that'll push that out, which will raise the header up. All going to plan, of course. All going to plan. Catch you later, Bo. If you're around on Saturday morning, it'd be great if you're able to jump in the server for a little bit. Good to see you. But if you're not, have a good Christmas, my friend. Right. Pretty cool if it all works, Mrs. Prof. Pretty cool if it all works. I feel like I've got a combine. Oh no, one right over there. What are we? 40% full, so we can't afford to just go back down this path. Here we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's that all done. Alright, next bit is these last bits of decorations. Yeah, no dramas, mate. No dramas at all. Haven't asked you in a while, Nina. How's the barn conversion going? We starting to take shape? Back one way there. Well, hello, Mr. Junt. Long time no see. How are you, buddy? You must be up rather early, are you? Early for you? I feel like it should be early for you. Is this the Lego session? Lego, farm sim, whatever you want it to be. It can be that. Why is that not flush? What have I done wrong? I didn't put the pieces on the front that I was meant to. That's what I did wrong. Early morning work sent 3 jets to Europe. Nice. They head off with a tanker, do they? Oh right, look, I get to put the warning sign on. We'll get to that in a second. I'm not going to lie, there's a piece left here that I wouldn't have expected to see left over, so we might have to do a little bit of a backtrack, a little bit of a review of the situation. In fact, there's 2 bits left over I wouldn't have expected to see left over, but it's not uncommon with these sets to find bits that end up in the wrong mix of bags. Should probably be the best way to describe it. Right, here we go, let's have a look. I went to work at 1 AM Eastern. That is a nice early start. Here we go. little pieces onto there. So this is what we're building. Let's see if I can do this. Where is that? Huh, I changed. I'm gonna get rid of that one. There we go. This is what we've been building so far. So it is a manual, but it is a class dominator combine. So as you can start to see, it is very sizable. So we've just today we've done a piece of the back, this back part here, and just built the feeder house that goes on the front. So it's starting to stretch out. It's getting longer with each bit that comes out the front. So you imagine it is probably going to be that much further on the front, I'd say. So yeah, it's a nice big combine. Next bits we're going to do is up in the back of here. I think there's the covers, 3 sides. And then I'm guessing the cab must come sometime after that. In fact, this bit goes over. Yeah, so this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Go back a page. It's going to be the completed model here on the front. How many pieces? I could not actually tell you off the top of my head. So it's not an official Lego set. It's not a Lego product, so it's these guys' Carter. But the actual set was made and designed by a Lego guy who makes a lot of Lego models. So yeah. But I think, what's the time? It's 10:43, so I think we'll just call it quits there for the Lego. And we'll save that for, well, I guess it'll be the new year now. But good progress. But like I said, a couple of bits here. There's 2 pieces which I wouldn't normally expect to see those as leftovers, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of a double check. Things like this, even that gear, there's a little bit of a weird one to have left over. It might be that they come in later. Something else. So, might not be a complete mistake. Right, squiz that there. Put that there. There you go. Thank you, Dr. Fish. 4,500 pieces, and it will be 57.6 centimeters long. So what's that? Almost 2 feet. Whoops. Sorry, Hyper. Forced him to do a little bit of a funny bit to get around me. Tidy that up, it was my fault. The builder was off on another job since October, so spring move-in is not looking good. Depressing. Thank God for FarmSim. That is a bit of a shame, Nina. The one thing I can say, and I say this to lots of clients myself, is as frustrating as it will seem right now, this is a short-term disruption and a short-term inconvenience for what is going to be many years of enjoyment for your new living arrangements. So you look at it that way, then it might just be a little bit more palatable and a little less frustrating. And as much as I know you want to have the guy there working on your job, see him off doing someone else's is annoying, it is a short-term thing. A little bit of perspective. How you doing, Grant? Good to see you. Alright. It's nice to have you all here. I hope you're all doing well. I see 30 odd people in here, which is great. I must admit, and we've talked about the state of FarmSim and you know, the lull I think it's in at the moment and how people are turned off the game a little bit. It's definitely been noticeable in viewer numbers, less people watching, less new people coming along. It's great to have you guys who are all here to continuing your support of the channel, your support of all the FarmSim creators that you take the time out of your day to tune into to watch. I know everyone is eternally grateful for the support, whether it's doing it as a hobby like I do, or for those who it has a bit more of a meaningful impact on their lives when that is their livelihood. So from each and every one of us, thank you all very much for you taking the time. It is great to be able to sit here down in the bottom of the world in little old New Zealand and talking to people in states who are sending jets off to Europe and farmers in the UK, folk in Aussie, rowdy in Thailand. It's awesome. You missed some of the content FSG I used to put out. Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, it's been a tough old year, got to admit. A funny old year. It's also nice to reflect on. It's been five years doing this too now. It's been a big chunk of your life. You know, I was reflecting on it. You know, there's more than just the state of the game which has made it harder or more challenging to create content. Just the fact that my kids are now, you know, when I started doing this in 2020, they were 7 and 9. So, you know, bedtimes were much more routine. They were going to bed earlier, and you know, I'd have more quiet time in the evenings to be able to do it. Whereas now, you know, they were often not in bed until 9:30. I'm having to chase them out of the living room so I can sit here and stream. At 9:15, I'm like, right, get out, go hang out in your rooms. So just things like that have just made it that touch harder to create content. It's a bit more challenging. So. Still remember the first major video, the Deer Showcase. So I sat down and watched some of that the other day. It was nice to reflect on it and thought about the time that went into making that one. I still think a lot about the Western Australian series I did, which was kind of, you know, just a fly by the seat of my pants, no expectations on that one, and people seem to really enjoy it. It was cool. Right, how full is the trailer, Hyper? Did you unload it into it? Kind of. I think we need to put 9,000 more litres in there, I think. Look. Yeah, don't I? Yep. Depth perception is pretty difficult. I have to be incredibly close with this. That's why. Header might have just brushed it. This auger is not really long enough for this header. Hyper's on the truck, so I'll let him deal with that because he knows how much he needed to get, because we have a supply and transport contract for lentils, so let him deal with that. Your daughter was born in 2020. It was right after you started playing. Here you go. So 5-year-old daughter now. Isn't it crazy? There's so many things, like we were talking about it the other day at work, is we were talking about dates or when things happened or milestones or events in life, and I measure so many of events or what happened in life around the kids now. Like, oh, okay, I started doing that when they were, or how old were they when that happened? To try and remember what year it was in. You know, we finished building our house and I changed jobs the year my boy started school, so that was 2016. That's how I remember it now. Whereas previously it would have been a different milestone, you know, related to when you get married or those big life events when you remember the dates. Fascinating. So, Saturday morning New Zealand time, which is Friday night UK or Friday afternoon US time, we're going to have our last stream for the year. It is going to be a community multiplayer stream. We're going to be chopping grass, loading grass, and making silage on Renaboo. There's no target, there's no reason, rationale, there's no rhyme. It's not going to be a ongoing multiplayer server. It's just an opportunity to have a 16 slot server, which is obviously the biggest we can get. 16 slot server running a crossplay server to get as many people from the community, just as a way to celebrate Christmas, to celebrate the time of year. I know not everyone's a fan of Christmas, so just to celebrate what has been 2025 and the end of that, and moving on into 2026. So hopefully as many of you can be there as possible. If you're not able to join the server, it'd be great to have you in chat. I have set up some little challenges. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I showed some people earlier on, but I've got a little Christmas set up here. Got the lights. Turn the lights on and off. They're going to work. There we go. I'll get the lights across the top. They'll be off. There might be a trigger through super chats or memberships where the lights will get turned on for a period. I've got snow, so we can play with some snow falling. I knew there was something I didn't show people this earlier. And then we've got to spin the wheel, which is going to have some different challenges there that you can see. So first person view for a period of time, having to say ho 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 every time I turn a corner, turn the Christmas lights on, snow overlay, Santa's speed limit, so any equipment I'm driving can be limited to a certain speed, using manual gears only, wearing a Santa suit, and cab driving only. So a few different things just to have a bit of fun. Obviously there's no expectation, obligation or anything like that for people to contribute to it. But yeah, it's just a way to get everyone involved and just have a little bit of fun and a bit of laugh for a last stream for what will be my last content I do for 2025, which is a little bit funny. Previous years I would have been spending copious amounts of hours creating content to try and have stuff going out over the holidays, but not this year. Measure events by Huxley's YouTube timeline. Any future farms and plans? No, I'm going to take some time over the holidays and have a little bit of a reflection on things, Junt. I've been working on a map, which I've shared a few videos on, which I had hoped to have had finished and into testing by now, but might try and spend a little bit more time progressing that over the next wee while rather than as much content. I don't know. We'll see. I still love the game. I'm still really passionate about it and really enjoy doing it. But we've always said, FSG and I have always been really honest and talk to each other about it. So when it becomes a chore and it's no longer a hobby and you don't have the enjoyment for it, is why you're doing it. And I'm not saying that I don't, but it's certainly become a different game to what it has been in that previously. So I still want to do more of Project Motor Racing. Really, I have big hopes for it. It's already improved heaps. Big hopes for it to become a good simulator. I've got some plans to tackle that in the new year as well. I want to set myself out this like unrealistic expectation, but it could be a realistic expectation to become one of the fastest drivers in a certain class on that across the globe. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, and there's a whole lot of different reasons to it too, John. It's not just the game. It's, you know, he's trying to have some really good chats about it when we do our stuff. He's been busy with his business and it's become really successful for him. He's done an amazing job there, and I know that's taken a big chunk of his time out as well. But at the same time, you can't ignore the fact that for some reason Farm Sim's lost its... become stale, I think was the way it was put the other day. It's become stale, so I don't know. I still love these streams. I still love getting on here and talking to you guys and interacting, so FSG and I, the longest we've done is about 2.5 hours on so it's a Sunday night or Sunday morning. So Sunday night for me and Sunday morning for him. I think 2.5 hours is probably our longest ever session where we've sat down and just played the game and recorded, but the last couple we've done in less than an hour and a half. It's because how it's set up. But you know, when we've played on maps like the Hannah, Indiana map, that was big fields, so we'd spend a lot of time doing things like just this. We'd just be sitting in a combine harvesting a field chatting, and that could take quite some time. Whereas we've kind of geared up Kinley to be a shorter, faster pace type series, so you know, we're already, what, 5 episodes in and we're already crops planted, just about ready to skip time through to spring to plant the next crop and then start harvesting again. So kind of tried something a little bit different with that. I've actually been thinking about doing a little bit more forestry, maybe having a bit more of a play around that just to freshen things up. Maybe get both the joysticks out and have a good play around doing some forestry or using more terraform or something. There's plenty of ways to bring back that appeal. So I'm sure something will come out. I think that, yeah, it's interesting, right? Because a lot of those modders, modding only started in, was it 17? So you got those modders who sort of first made their name right from the very start, and some of them have moved on. Definitely, there's a couple of names, Julian F modding, and who was the other one that someone mentioned the other day who did a certain mod and they hadn't sort of been in the radar lately. Oh, it was now. But yeah, it's definitely people who've dropped off, but then there's people who've come in, like, Farms and Briscoe's come and done a great job on Saxlingham, or Gagefield, who's, get their Gage Kentucky maps fantastic. So there's definitely people come in to fill the void, but I just think it's a different type of void. The best way to put it. I don't know. Basically, just know, someone said, oh, I'd love to see him convert some of his gear, and just on a Facebook page I read it, and I was like, well, that's a good point. He hasn't posted anything for 12 months. Oh yeah, I don't know. If anyone knows. Unfortunately, I think that things like AI and ChatGPT and all of those apps, everyone thinks they can be a modder, and I think the standards, even though things have probably become easier because of it, the quality's diminished. Sid modding, actually, he was one of the other ones. I think 82 Studios, did he move country? Definitely threw it back, but yeah, Sid was the other one that was mentioned. Mods in FS11. Was it really? I thought 17 was the first time they had mods. Huh, here we go. I stand corrected, Dozer. I've asked ChatGPT about investing. See if we can come up with any good investments for stocks. I mean, I'd laugh at you too if you asked me the lottery numbers, Garrick. I laugh at all the people who ask me them. Oh, if it's Friday night for you, then you'll know the lottery draw. I know it's all tongue-in-cheek. I hope it's all tongue-in-cheek. No one can be that daft, can they? Certainly been interesting times. It's been a fun time to be involved in, for sure. Alright, just noticed our fuel is diminishing rapidly on this. What are we down to? 11%. Ouch. A lot of the older long-time modders reckon 13 was the peak of modding. As far as what they could do and the respect for their work was upheld a lot more. That's interesting. Do you know what I think's been... I think one of the biggest problems, just thinking about it, let's bring that down a little bit, it's quite a loud pressure on this. I think one of the biggest problems, I was thinking about this the other day, is that modders have shown what the game could be, and Giants haven't taken it to where it could be. And what I'm saying is things like Seasons, right? Seasons in FS19, fantastic. One of the best mods there's been. Yet, it got watered down for 22, and then it hasn't come back as a mod. And there's mods out there like Realistic Weather which add parts of it, but as a mod on its own, FS19, like, how are we at a stage now, 2 more versions of the game, where some of the features that are integrated haven't been made base game? One of the others was, I was thinking about, was the Pumps and Hoses DLC. You know, that was a third-party DLC. But why I know, obviously Giants didn't do it, but why is that not part of the game? Why bring a feature into a game like that, and it's then not integrated into the game? So these things where modders show the ability of the game, but it doesn't get carried through. That's probably your Terra Farm. I don't know. Anyhow, you guys talk about AI, so I'll just stop rambling. Turn all your work emails into Fast and Furious theme version. It's hilarious. Not make your emails so passive aggressive. I use it a lot for Facebook posts. Great at translating different languages as well. That makes sense. Couldn't do that for your emails. Just says hi and bye. Takes out all the content. Right. Pity's still going in that field, is he? Must be close to finished. Oh yeah. Too much to go. So, a bit of an update. If anyone wants to jump on, we're going to have 2 fields that have been 3 fields. 2 fields. 2 fields which have been seeded, so 17 doesn't need to be, 18 is going to need fertilizing, 17 is going to need rolling, 19 is going to need, won't need mulching, will it? No, 19 can be planted. No. No, 19 can be planted, 130 can be planted, and then there's all the grass over here that's ready to be collected. 108 can be mowed. 105 and 107 have grass on them, I think, which can go into one of the fermenters to make silage. And then we've got our Timar production, which actually has a decent amount of silage, so we're actually going to need to make some hay again soon too. Either of our fermenters will do that. Giants hasn't done the best managing. Yeah, I think if you broke it down by region, Europe would probably say they've done a decent job at providing a game that simulates European farming. But if you asked other areas, other regions, it's fallen short. And when there has been the chance to add features to lift it to that level, it hasn't happened. That's kind of how I look at it. Now I'm going to get to the end of the field here. I'm going to bring the grain cart down here so we don't have to run back and forth each time. I'm pretty much, I don't think I'll get down and back. You are probably able to get down and back because you're only about 60%. So I'll come and park the grain cart down here and that will help us out. It's there. Oops. Don't even slightly try to imitate Australia. Nope. You gotta recognise the limitations though, right? If you go into anywhere and try and do a 2x2 map, 2 kilometre by 2 kilometre map in some areas of the world with pig farming is it'd be one field. And that's it. There's certainly some limitations which I think could be pushed or explored a little bit further. Alright, 8% diesel. Am I get done? Okay, unlocked. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need fuel. I reckon. Tell you what I might do. Do you know what I should do? I should. A down and back by me will just about finish it by the time you've done it down and back. So I'll make it down and back. Mapping Road 2x doesn't even get past the town limits. Nah, like I looked at it. Prices, okay. Prices max. Sell a full truckload of lentils. I was quite surprised when I looked at our family farm, and it wasn't even close to being full either. Oh, Jeeves is on your Jeeves. Gotcha. 2 AM, time for bed. Hope everyone has a good Christmas and holiday season. See you in a couple of weeks. Likewise, Mrs. Prof. Hopefully, I might see you on Saturday morning / Friday afternoon for you. But I know you might be busy, so if not, thank you all. Thank you very much for your support across the year too. I've enjoyed our chats about all things space and Rocket Lab and SpaceX and Starship and Falcon and Blue Origin and everything in between. It's nice to have someone I can share that passion with, so thanks for the messages and updates and everything you've done as well. So take care. I hope you and Mr. Prof have a nice Christmas and a wonderful holiday as well. Yeah, I was blown away that our family farm wouldn't fit on a standard map size. It's like, our farm's not that big. But it's just the orientation of it all just spread out. Mm. 7% fuel. Fuel truck to the rescue. If you did a 4X and it would only have one farmer and he's not a big grower at all. Yeah. Yep. I kind of want to ignore you and go back the other way just because I know I'll make it back, but I won't do that. So you've gone to the effort. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rocket Lab launch from the US tomorrow. There is indeed. It's their first actual orbital launch from Wallops for a very long time. I'm trying to remember the last one they did actually. Would only be a handful of anything, isn't it? Because most of the launches have been the haste launch. But yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out for that. I think it's 5:30 New Zealand time. 5:30 in the afternoon. It'll be Friday evening for you. It will be share. I think it'll be 6 PM. You'll throw the fuel card at me if I do. It's a rather large utility vehicle too, by the way. Just bring a 405 Magnum out to haul a fuel trailer. Hey Ben, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, mate. Hopefully in the new year you can get some more RAM and get on the map. Be good if you could. Closest one, fair enough. It's a shame that the RAM requirements, to be fair, I need a better graphics card because my VRAM's getting punted. Although I notice if the logos have loaded in alright now, haven't they? Yeah, it's not too bad. Defense a bit blurry. Test is always looking in cab and looking at monitors, and actually they're okay at the moment. Well, the quickest fuel pump, is it? Not the quickest. Hey, Hanson, how you doing? Map elements are small when we have an average paddock that has 1k runs. It's only 2 times map. 4 per 2 times map, pretty boring then, yeah. You know, in saying that though, there's been pretty good maps, so, haven't jumped here actually. Northeast mods and edits. Northwest mods and edits. The map they did in Canada was only 5 or 6 fields and had some big long runs, and that worked out quite well. Not standard size. Oh, we've used all the fuel up out of the trailer. Maybe you don't need any hyper. Yeah, only internet is your mobile, which is rather frustrating and testing. Oh, nasty. It's no fun. Evergreen, thank you. It might be a 4X version of Evergreen. Ooh, interesting. Right. You're with me on the graphics card, Philip. You've got a 3070 beginning RX 9070 XT for Christmas. Nice one. I'm on the fence whether to upgrade just my graphics card or upgrade my PC. I think by the time you buy a graphics card, you're just about halfway to a new PC anyhow. He's busy making movies, so time is very limited for him. It's fair enough. Got to do the things that make you money, right? Pretty cool though. Better work stories. What made you go the RX, the AMD card, Philip? The price driven or something else? Because again, I'm on the fence about whether to go AMD rather than Nvidia next time as well. Just can't make a decision. 50 series cards are huge, make sure it fits in before buying. That's a good point too. Close some Chrome tabs instead. It's crazy how memory hungry Chrome is. Like, you click on it, you hover over a tab. Apparently my studio is using 1.9 gig at the moment for the live. I mean, it's live streaming, so I can understand that. That's massive. Didn't want to support NVIDIA anymore. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm waiting for the good lady's son to tell you the best time to buy. He's 15, so he knows about this crap. Which is funny because my 14-year-old wouldn't have a clue when it comes to actual PC tech. That's what you're into though, right? Got a 5080, it's massive. Yes, I've been on the fence. On the fence. There's a 5060 Ti. Ti? 60 Ti? I think it is, which has a 16 gig option versus the 5070, which is only a 12 gig VRAM. It's an interesting conundrum. Everything says that the 5070 is still the better card, except for on the VRAM side. Right, let's do another run then. Let's get this finished. It's 11:15, goodness. Nice when you're having fun and talking too much. Autosave, beautiful. It's autosaved at 11:15, which means anything we do from now on, if there's a crash when I leave like it did last time, will be irrelevant. We're in the middle with a 40-60. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. Rebuilt PCs are bliss. That's the one thing I'll always go and see. To upgrade my card, I'm on a 5-year-old motherboard, and my motherboard wouldn't actually allow me to run a second hard drive on it. Went to all the effort of, I had a second standard hard drive, and went to all the effort of getting all the mounting bits and pieces and put it in, and made sure I had all the cables and plugged it all in, and I couldn't get it to recognise it. Nothing I could do to make it work, and then I learnt that the motherboard would only support one hard drive. Starts at 16. Gonna have to get you his headset you've had for Christmas. Yeah. Well, Stella conveniently chewed right through the middle of a headset the other day. Right across the band, across the top, just straight through it. Boom. You'll be right without a headset. Share. You're good. You're talking about the stream on Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Piper's having a toilet break. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I tuned in right at this right time. Watch Pity seed the last part of that field. Done. I think we just leave my little mulching area up there. In memory. Memory of my mistakes. Right. Well, it's been good to knock this out. Yeah, that's fine. YouTube will be fine, share. No dramas. Whatever's easiest for you. I don't want you to spoil your Christmas presents by opening something early. Motherboards for 4 M2 drivers and 4 SATA drivers, but 5080 means you can only fit 2 SATAs. Case is full, and it is a big case. Yeah, like I said, it's a 5-year-old PC getting on. And saying that, my work one I still use at work, which runs fine, except it won't upgrade to Windows 11, is coming up on 10 years old. And I still haven't reached its limits. I'm sure if I was, some of the things I do graphically would be faster on a newer PC, but that's going to be next year's work business upgrades for the new PCs. We've been given 2 headsets. Crikey, spoiled. I bought myself a new one the other day. Logi check. Is it the G5 something? It does say it on the 522. It does say it on the front. Looking at it the other day and I couldn't find where it said it, but it does say it right on the front. So the idea with that is when I'm doing project motor racing, I can use the mic on it as a broadcast mic. Which will hopefully be better than the other one I used, which is actually the G5, the G321, whatever it was, which is the one that got chewed up the other day, so I can't use it anymore anyhow. Use tax deduction. Doesn't deduct much tax, Jason. One has caddies. Oh, cool. I know which one you're talking about. That's a Logitech too, isn't it? Has the caddy. No, it's not. No, it's a Razer caddy. Oh, it's playing up. Stop it. Why you suddenly decided you want to break the guidance all of a sudden? I've just come all the way down here to harvest the smallest part. You can do the rest of this hyper. I'll go down and dump in the truck and pack it up. Right. Like cleaning up after your children, isn't it? Yeah, just cutting corners. Rip shit and bust, in a hurry to do things. Alright, there we go. Job done. Field harvested. Lovely. There we go. 2 fields seeded, field harvested. Still plenty more to do. A very good advertisement for the XR swap controller from Thrustmaster, is it? Ready to sound the collision alarm. Well, it's pretty tight, I'll give you that. Less than I thought it was going to be. Alright, now I've got this funny glitch where I can't actually see any crop in either of these combine trailers, so I don't know which one's which. None in that one. Oops. Right, go and grab the grain carts. Down here. Almost thought FSG was driving the combine. Yeah, there's Mike. I think we're going to fill this trailer up because it's a 45,000 litre trailer. It's more than that in here, but let's put it in the front one first. What are we up to in the... Don't even know if the front one's full or not. Let's go. Go have a look. We've got this whole field of lentils in here, which is not bad. Any space in the front or not? Oh, there is space. Alright, here we go. Happy days. What do we end up with then? Look. Measure that's in the trailer. No, it doesn't. Shame. So 93,000 litres in the truck. Gonna have a look. Tools. The L in the white pages, $2 grand. It's a good price at the moment. And the contract needs to go to Grain Corp. And the price for lentils is at Grain Corp's not too bad. Actually the lowest in the all, but that's not too bad. $2,000 per 1,000 litres, and we had 96 as $180,000 in there, plus the contract as well. There we go. That's not bad. I'll take that. Alright, well, a little bit of tidying up to do here. Let's run back down to the yard. I just want to double check something on the cotton as well. The new full out, is that out? Does that release today? Shoot, it does, doesn't it? 17th. Oh, exciting. So, I will. What I might have to do is download that onto the tablet and watch it while I'm away. Watch to check out. Alright. Let's park this up over here for now. And there we go. I'm done. Right. Just gonna have a quick look. So cotton, that 400, almost $500,000 when we sell the cotton. Cotton's definitely worth doing. Soybeans aren't far off the best price. Wheat's July, soybeans January, and we're in November, so that's not far away. What else we got to sell? Cotton's September, so we're going to have to wait a while for that. And canola's June. So, way away for that. There we go. Right, job done. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday evening, our last Wednesday of what has been a fun year. Bringing you these streams and just having the chance to chat to you, interact with you, and find out more about what you've been doing. And yeah, just having a bit of fun. I've been pleased to be able to bring this Australian-based server to the Australian New Zealand community, so hopefully we can get more and more people playing on it. But certainly I'd be keen to keep, if it's not this map, keep another one up and running on it in the future for 2026. But yeah, I'll be floating around over the holidays. I'll be in Discord. Might even take some mods away, and I'll have my laptop with me, so I might even jump in and just play on the servers, just get some things done, just have some fun. So keep an eye out for that if you're around. But otherwise, that's it for Wednesdays. We are done. Nothing until sometime in January when I'll be back. I'm not sure whether it'll be the week of the 5th or the week of the 12th. We will wait and see on that one. Otherwise, Saturday morning New Zealand time, Friday evening UK time, Friday afternoon US time. We'll be having a little bit of a Christmas celebration. So if you can come along and join us for that, that'd be great. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. Thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. Thank you. If you can't make it on the weekend and I don't see you again, have a wonderful Christmas, a great new year. Stay safe, have fun with friends, family, whoever you're celebrating with, loved ones. Enjoy their company. Remember what it's all about. It's all about having time with your family and all of those kind of things. So enjoy, eat, drink, be merry, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.